After a busy week during Book 1, in which Angus Gold signed for a total of 16 yearlings for almost 9 million guineas, the Shadwell team picked up where they'd left off in Book 2, signing for the highest priced lot of the day, Lot 571, for 250,000 guineas. Agent Patrick Cooper did his best to steal a lead, before Gold fought back to secure the Shalmerdale colt from Mountain View Stud for the session-topping price.
He was a lovely colt. We had great expectations for him all year. Very, very good moving horse. Good big back end on him there. He looked like he'd be a nice 2-year-old. So we were hopeful rather than confident, and luckily enough it all came together in the end. He had a lot of vetting. He had a good bit of vetting and a lot of second and third lookers. So we were quite hopeful. And in the end, two fantastic judges, Angus Gold and Patrick Cooper, took each other on. Unfortunately, there had to be a loser, and Angus Gold came out on top for Shadwell, which was great.
Another purchaser to pick up where they left off in Book 1 was Roger Varian, who, having bought 13 yearlings for over 4.5 million last week, added lot 696 to his haul, an Ifraj colt from Kilminfoyle House Stud. 210,000 guineas was the price paid by the trainer, making a handsome profit for the vendors, who bought the offering as a foal for €55,000.
A very good looking colt. He looked precocious enough to make a summer 2-year-old, but there's enough size and scope about him that he ought to train on. He had a great back page, and just one of the nicer colts here today, I thought he'd be anywhere north of 140, 150, and until you know the competition in the ring, you can't put an exact value on them, but I thought he'd take a bit of buying.
Newsells Park Stud ended the opening session as the day's leading consigners, in part due to yet another purchase by trainer Roger Varian to take his tally for the day to 7, when he saw off underbidders Anthony Stroud, David Redvers and Andrew Balding to buy lot 609, a Nathaniel filly from the family of Doncaster Cup winner Palisator.
Well, she had a great page, and I'm very familiar with her family. I was with Michael Jarvis when he trained Ella Athena, and I remember the dam running for Jeremy Nacida. She didn't run many times, but she looked like she could have been quite special. She's a big filly, and she's not terribly precocious. I think we'll have to wait for her, but hopefully she'll be worth waiting for.
In addition to securing the session's top lot, Angus Gold also dug deep to attain lot 757, a colt by the sadly deceased first crop stallion Society Rock, who was signed for by Shadwell's agent for 200,000 guineas. The Torad House Stud consigned offering is out of a half-sister to Group 1 winner Storming Home, and proved another successful pinhook on the day, this time for Pat and Brenda Domworth, who bought the colt last February for €26,000. Unsurprisingly, the underbidder was Anthony Stroud, standing with James Fanshawe, who of course trained Society Rock to win 2 Group 1 contests. The Cheveley Park Stud consigned lot 796, an acclamation colt out of listed winner Ladyship, sold to the day's leading buyer Shadwell for 200,000 guineas. The colt is from the family of Pires, whose yearling by Frankel made 1.3 million guineas during Book 1. Despite a busy day of selling, Cheveley Park Stud also further replenished their stock when going to 170,000 guineas for a half-sister to Racing Post Trophy entry Francus, consigned by Ballylynch Stud, and to 165,000 guineas for lot 551, a Master Craftsman filly from New England Stud from the family of Dar Remy and Rewilding. Stock by Kodiak are always in high demand in the sales ring, and lot 721 from the Mount Armstrong Stud draft proved no exception. The own brother to listed winner Darman was knocked down to Blandford Bloodstock for 170,000 guineas, with agent Anthony Stroud the underbidder.